Hello Year 3 and welcome to today's English lesson. So we are looking at a model text today, and the text we're going to be looking at is a non-chronological report. So remember from yesterday's lesson, non-chronological means not in time order, and a non-chronological report is an information text. So here is a model text, one I wrote about volcanoes. Remember, we are writing our non-chronological report about volcanoes. So, all about volcanoes. How volcanoes erupt. Volcanoes are parts of the ground where the earth opens up. Under the ground where we stand is something known as the mantle, which is made up of lots of very hot rock called molten rock or magma. As the magma gets hotter and hotter, the pressure builds and it rises up until it enters the main chamber of the volcano. So this is here. As more and more magma enters the chamber and it gets full, the volcano is forced to erupt to let out all the magma. Once the magma has left the volcano, it is known as lava. When a volcano erupts, sometimes the lava oozes out gently. This is known as an effusive eruption. Other times it ejects the lava violently with a lot of ash, and this is known as an explosive eruption. So let's have a look at what makes this text a non-chronological report. How is it different to other texts? So I'm going to start right at the beginning. And we've got here a heading. And headings are there to tell the reader what the non-chronological report is going to be about. I've called mine all about volcanoes. You could call yours something else, maybe like information on volcanoes or facts about volcanoes, or maybe you could do something more interesting like add alliteration like violent volcanoes or something cool. It's up to you because you're the writers. The next thing we have here underneath is known as a subheading. And these tell the reader what this section of text is going to be about. So all of this here is about how volcanoes erupt. And it tells the reader that. I also have here a picture. Or, well, actually, it's probably more of a diagram. These help the reader to picture what is going on. So I've talked here about how volcanoes erupt. So then I put a picture of an erupting volcano because it helps the reader know what's happening. So here I started a new line. So we just started doing this before we broke up from the holidays. I started a new paragraph. And we start new paragraphs for a change of time, a change of place, or a change of subject. So in this part of the text, the first paragraph, I was talking about how volcanoes erupt, and then in the second paragraph I was talking about the different types of volcanoes that erupt. So sometimes it does it gently, which is the effusive one, and sometimes it does it violently, which is the explosive one. And then the last thing we're going to look at is the tier 3 vocabulary. We've done quite a bit on this, and this is the stuff that we're going to put in our non-chronological report because it's really important. So I can see the word magma here. That's a tricky word, a tier 3 word. We can see chamber, main chamber. We can see, molten rock. Magma again. The mantle, these are all really tricky words. There's magma again. Lava. And then the different types of eruption. Effusive, explosive. Those are all tricky words. Oh, there we go. Lava. And eject as well. Then erupt as well. And we've got ash down here. Another magma. I think that's it. So let's carry on reading the next part of the non-chronological report and see if we can spot any of the same features in the next part. Different types of volcanoes. There are 3 different types of volcano. Active volcanoes. These are volcanoes that have erupted recently and will probably erupt again. Dormant volcanoes. These are volcanoes that have not erupted recently but might erupt again. Extinct volcanoes. These are volcanoes that have not erupted in 10,000 years and probably will not erupt again. There are no active or dormant volcanoes in the UK, but there are a few in Spain and France. Most of the world's active volcanoes can be found in the Ring of Fire, which is around the Pacific Ocean in America and Asia. So did you spot any of the same features from the last section? I can see here, I've got another subheading, and I can definitely see some tier 3 vocabulary as well, tricky words. Pause the video now. I'm going to do the same thing and see if you can spot all of the tier 3 vocabulary, the tricky words. So we've got active, dormant, extinct, lots of the verb erupt, and they've got active volcanoes in the Ring of Fire here, lots of tricky words. What other features can we spot? So I can see there's a new paragraph there. And now this one, I wonder which one it's for. Not a change of time, not a change of place, talking about change of topic. Because in this part, we were talking about active, dormant and extinct volcanoes in general, and here we'll talk about them just in our country, in the UK. And one that we didn't have on the last section were these. And they are bullet points for a list. These are really, really useful because it makes it a little bit easier to read if you want to find out information, because it breaks it up a bit nice. So if you're a reader, they're much simpler to read. Okay, let's move on to the last section of the non-chronological report. So this section is all about the eruption at Pompeii, the story that we're going to start reading properly, the fiction one, tomorrow. But we already know what happens at Pompeii if you did your reading today and yesterday. What happened at Pompeii? Many years ago, in the Roman times, a volcano called Mount Vesuvius erupted and destroyed the town on Pompeii in Italy. Before the eruption, Pompeii was a beautiful, busy and rich city where about 15,000 Roman people lived. On the 24th of August 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius violently erupted and filled the sky with clouds of ash. Buildings started shaking and ash and stones rained down from the sky. Within a few hours, the entire city was buried in ash, and everybody who hadn't run away from the volcano was dead and buried. The whole city remained buried for 1,700 years until excavators started digging to find its remains. So, features. I can spot here another subheading. So this section tells the reader it's all about Pompeii. What happened at Pompeii? What else can I spot? Let's have a look for my tier 3 words. So I can see I've got, Mount Vesuvius. We've got the word erupted again. What other words can you spot? Pause the video, make a note of them, and let's see if you're right. So these are the words I've got. Again, the verb erupted, word ash in relation to volcano, and this word excavators. It means, it was in yesterday's reading lesson, people who dig up things. Okay, other features. We don't have any new paragraphs here because it's all about the same thing. It doesn't change time or topic, but we have got a picture. On the last one, we had a map. We forgot about that one. I say we, it was me. You're not here. But yeah, last one we had a map. That's also a feature of a non-chronological report. Helps the reader to see where things are. So we've got a picture, and we also have some key dates. It tells the reader when something happens. So key dates, the important dates where it happened. Okay, so what you're going to do today. Okay, so here is your task today. Can you find the non-chronological report features in this text? So I'm going to give you a text about volcanoes. It's much shorter than the one we've just read. I want you to read it and then write down underneath in the document for me, or write down on a piece of paper the features that you can spot and any tier 3 vocabulary that you can spot. So if you can see a picture, which you can say, oh, picture. You can put it in bullet points for a list, that might be easier. If you need any help at all, feel free to message me. Today is Tuesday, so I will be in school all day. I might not be able to get back to you very quickly, but I will get back to you as soon as I can. and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye!